I don't remember a single moment when my parents sat me down and said, "This is how life works." But somehow I knew the path they believed in. I could feel it in the way they moved through the world. They didn't say much about dreams. They didn't talk much about ambitions, achievements, success, and freedom. What they talked about was responsibility, security, and stability. Do well in school, get a good job, play it safe. Not because they didn't believe in me, but because they didn't want me to suffer the way they had. That became my map for life. Not written in words, but etched in years of silent sacrifice. Late nights, early mornings, bills paid quietly, hopes tucked away for the sake of something more practical. And I carried that map proudly because I loved them, because I trusted that if I followed it, it would be okay. And for a while I was. I studied, I followed the rules, I said yes when I was supposed to. I worked hard and I got the results. But then life didn't feel the way I thought it would. Even with everything going right, there was this quiet ache I couldn't explain. I would wake up and go through my routine, emails, deadlines, responsibilities, and somewhere deep down, a part of me would whisper, "Is this really all there is?" I wasn't burnt out. I wasn't lazy. It was something softer, something quieter, a feeling of disconnection from myself. I looked around and realized the world had changed. The rules were different now. What worked for my parents, their vision of safety, of success, didn't seem to fit anymore. And slowly I began to see that maybe it's not my fault. It's not theirs either. They did what they knew. They gave me the best they had. But maybe their map of life was meant for a different time, a different world. And now I'm starting to wonder what my own map might look like. Not built on fear, not just survival, but something more honest, something more alive. I'm not rushing, I'm not rebelling, I'm simply listening to that quiet voice inside, the one that says there's more to life than checking the boxes. And maybe I find it for myself. It's a strange feeling when the path you've followed for so long no longer feels like home. You keep walking it because it's familiar, because it's what you're supposed to do. But your heart quietly knows something's not right. I started noticing the small cracks first. Moments when I'd achieve something I was told would make me happy, but it didn't. Moments when I'd laugh in public but feel completely disconnected inside. I wasn't broken, I wasn't ungrateful, I was just misaligned. And that's when I started asking better questions, not the ones that society throws at you. Where do you see yourself in 5 years? Are you making enough? Have you settled down? The deeper ones. What truly matters to me? What does success feel like? Not looks like. What kind of life would I live if no one was watching? At first, I didn't have the answers, just more and more questions, and a growing awareness that I couldn't keep living someone else's version of the right life. The world is different now. We're not just surviving war or famine like our ancestors did. We're surviving noise, comparison, expectations that change every day, and the pressure to be everything, everywhere, all at once. But beneath all that, there is this quiet, simple truth. We get to choose. We get to slow down, to listen, to unlearn what no longer serves us, and to build a life that feels like ours. For me, that didn't happen overnight. It started with small steps, turning off the noise even for a few minutes a day, writing down what I actually want, not what I think I should want. Allowing myself to rest without guilt, to dream without shame. I started reading stories of people who chose different paths, not louder ones, not always more glamorous, but paths that were theirs, built with intention, led by purpose. And slowly, something inside me began to soften. The fear of disappointing others started losing its power. The need to prove myself began to fade. In its place came clarity that I was waiting for. I don't have to reject my past to embrace my future. I don't have to be angry to let go. I can still love the people who raised me and choose to live differently. It's not rebellion, it's not selfish, it's growth. Real, slow, human growth. And maybe that's the beginning of freedom, not in some dramatic leap, but in the gentle decision to stop walking a path that no longer feels right and start planting seeds for one that does. We have talked a lot about feelings, but let me properly introduce myself to you. My name is Jamal Khan. I'm an entrepreneur, a strategist, but before all that, I am someone who spent years chasing a version of success that didn't belong to me. I played the game, I followed the rules, earned the degrees, built the businesses, and achieved what many would call making it. But somewhere along the way, I realized I was building a life that looked good on paper, but felt hollow in reality. That's when I stopped, not everything at once, but piece by piece. And I started again, this time with one goal: to build a life that's not just successful, but aligned. That's what this part is about. So what does aligned actually mean? It means your actions match your values. Your habits reflect your truth. And your definition of success isn't borrowed, it's built. Alignment is quiet. It doesn't always make headlines, but it gives you peace, gives you peace of mind. It starts with awareness, looking honestly at the life you're living now. What part of it energizes you? What part of it drains you? Most of us are living on autopilot. We wake up to the alarms, not purpose. We chase goals without asking, why do I even want this? So here's where the shift begins. Take inventory, not of your money or titles, but of your alignment. Do your daily actions reflect what matters to you? Do your relationships bring clarity or confusion? Does your work support your values or contradict them? You don't have to change everything overnight. You don't have to start listening again to yourself. For me, that meant redefining what I was chasing. I stopped asking, what's next? And started asking, what's real? I built systems around stillness, not just strategy. I prioritized peace, not just productivity. And over time, things began to shift. Clients aligned, opportunities aligned. Life became simpler, not because it got easier, but because I wasn't at war with myself anymore. Alignment creates momentum, but a different kind of momentum. It's slower, deeper, more sustainable. You're not pushing, you're pulled by purpose. And here's the truth most hustle culture advice won't tell you. You can still build empires without burning out. You can be ambitious without being anxious. You can grow without constantly grinding. The secret is not working harder, it's working truer. That's what I do now. That's what I help others to do. And that's why this channel exists. So if something in your spirit has been whispering, this isn't it, I want you to know you're not alone. You're not behind, and it's not too late. This is your invitation to build a life that's not just productive, but peaceful. Not just impressive, but authentic. A life that reflects who you actually are and what truly matters to you. Because in the end, The goal isn't to win the race. It's to realize you were never in one. If you've ever felt like you were living a life designed by someone else, a path handed to you with love but not clarity, and you're now ready to discover what your life looks like, then Elite Hub was made for you. It's a private space I created for people like us, those rewriting the script, realigning with who they truly are, and building success on their own terms. Inside Elite Hub, we don't chase trends, we create intentional growth with honest conversations, powerful tools, and a community that sees you, not just your resume. If you are ready to stop performing and start living with alignment, clarity, and peace, I'd love for you to join the exclusive community and become an elite. Click the link below. You don't have to do this alone anymore. We'll meet you where you are. Signing off, Jamal Khan.